How much of an impact has it been for you to come to TNA and do the things that you've been able to do for this company?
I mean, for me personally, or
personally?
For me personally, I mean, it's been a huge impact. I mean, no pun intended. To be able to be, to do what I do on a national stage and national TV in front of, the widest audience possible, it's an aspiration that any pro wrestler at any stage in their career really looks forward to. And I just, I'm happy for the opportunity, and I hope to continue to do so in the future.
The judo aspect of it, Taz also has a judo background,
Mm-hmm.
and when Taz came here, initially they paired you and Taz together. Have you, I know it's been a while, but were there any conversations about judo, or just any
yeah, I mean,
any demonstrations of judo between you two?
Not too many demonstrations, but I mean, Taz was at the time he was pretty familiar with my background. I think he does his homework, and he's good at his job. And I know when we met, we talked for a little bit and we hit it off right away. And a lot of that is just a lot of common kinship, and we feel the same way about a lot of things, and especially when it comes to wrestling. So I mean, it was a very natural fit at the time, and I really wish we would have gotten more of a chance to run with it. But obviously they wanted to transition him into a commentating role, and that didn't come to be. But I always enjoy my conversation with Taz, and I mean, yeah, I mean he's a very avid judoka. I mean, he's a judo player to the core, and he likes it and he digs it, and I can very much understand his mentality behind it.
How much of your persona on TV is Samoa Joe? You seem very relaxed, very laid back a little bit right now.
Yeah, God, I'd hate to walk around 24/7 like I am on television. A lot of, I mean, my persona on television is an extension of me. I mean, what you see out there is me turned up to 11. I mean, that's the most basic way I can put it. I mean, I don't really try to rely on a lot of gimmickry or flash and stuff. I mean, I am what I am. I go out there and I get into fights, and whoever comes out the winner comes out the winner.
Taz, back in his day, especially in the ECW, was around that type of style and all. I mean, it's not that you both are the same. You're different. In that regard, too, do you think that that's why also they wanted to put you together?
Oh, absolutely. I think they saw a lot of similarities between us, especially in attitude, and it made for a nice pairing in their mind, and I thought it did too.
He went on to announce, and just if you could talk a little bit about his job, because talking with a few of the other guys and knockouts, the referees are so important. The announcers are so important, and just
important.
What's it like for him, and what he's doing?
I think it's kind of the underappreciated art in professional wrestling. There is great matches that you always remember in your mind, and pro wrestling fans will remember. But the reason they remember those matches is because of the narrative being told while they're going on. And for all the work that we do in the ring, when you work with really great commentators, they take what you do that's great and they make it even greater. I mean, they're able to amplify tenfold what you're doing in the ring. They're able to tell the story that you're trying to tell, exactly and precisely. Guys like Taz, Hector Guerrero, guys who've had long, illustrious careers here in the ring, and they understand that and they know that. I mean, they definitely add to what we do in the ring, and it's something that the fans maybe not even realize, or maybe even think about. But there's a lot that goes into this grand spectacle we call pro wrestling. A lot of people that are pieces of the puzzle that are very key and integral.
Mentioning the announcers and then also the referees, does it get you a little bit jacked higher, get you on a higher high, so to speak, when you know a certain person is going to be your referee for the match?
I wouldn't say it amps how I feel as far as excitement, but it definitely gives me peace of mind. I think that's, especially when it comes to referees. I've worked with a lot of great referees, but we work with really, really great referees. The Hebners here, we got a few guys coming up that are doing great too. I mean, it's just it's an added tool and an added advantage to have in that ring, because this is the guy that's going to be in there working with you. He's gonna know exactly where to be and when to be, and how to do what he needs to do, and how to help impart whatever feeling you're trying to convey to the crowd at the time. while you're in the ring in wrestling, and you know, we definitely have those referees here. And like I said, you know, and no knock on them. It's not that I get overly excited, but it's just, and they know this. It's just that you definitely have a sense of calm and a great peace of mind that you're in there with a professional who knows what he's doing.
Speaking of another professional knows what he's doing, you've had some tremendous matches with Kurt Angle, and you had another one at Destination X. As a professional, just what's it like when you are involved in an Angle storyline with someone like a Kurt Angle?
Once again, it's you're kind of set at ease as far as what to expect when you go out in that ring. When you're in the ring with guys like those, you're in the ring with people who are going to push you and push themselves to be the very best, and to do the very best job out there for the fans. And Kurt is definitely one of those performers, consistently too. I mean, year after year after year. And you know, Kurt and I have good chemistry. People often ask me why, and why, you know, when we get in there, it looks like all hell breaks loose. It's simply because, you know, me and Kurt have the same philosophy on things. You know, just, you know, below the lights out, do whatever you can to, you know, to go out there and make a spectacle for those fans, and make a show for those fans. And Kurt is very much about that, and it's very easy to work with somebody like that. When you first had to get with him, were there thoughts in your mind, hey, this is really going to test me, this is going to see where I'm at, or you didn't think of it that way? I didn't think of it that way, because, I mean, at the same time, like, you know, people who know me here, I'm very abundantly clear. You know, I'm not going to tell you I'm the toughest guy in the world, but if you think that you're going to come in here and you're going to run roughshod with me, you're crazy. You know, I don't care who you are. You know, like, I've been punched and kicked and beat down by the best in the world, literally. I mean, I've been beat up by far men greater than anybody could ever imagine. So it's like, you know, I've seen the worst. I've had the worst happen to me, and I mean, there's nothing I haven't seen that I've encountered that I'm not prepared for.